I'm launching my New York event and I get to do it from the beautiful Santorini. For anyone new here, I'm Donna and I'm a glass artist, and I've been invited by the Corning Museum of Glass in New York to host a whole day event next year.
Made a friend out by the gym, and we're trying to convince him to come into our room. He came all the way back with us, but doesn't seem to want to come in. I think he knows that he's not supposed to, but I really wouldn't mind if he did. Hey! You're so beautiful. Just figured out how to get to our room. I think we're just gonna hang out. We are away for the week. We're in the beautiful Santorini, and we are going to head into Oya. I think that's how you say it. Correct me if I'm wrong. We're heading into Oya now to take my mind off the stress and the nerves of the big announcement, which is coming tonight. I'm kind of like clock watching constantly, wondering what the time is and when it's going to go live, but it won't be until a lot later tonight for us because we're a bit ahead. I'm whispering a little bit because I don't know if there's people in the rooms next to us or not, and I'm still not a natural YouTuber. We are going to go get a coffee and some lunch. We have literally only just had breakfast. It's been a very slow start to the day. I don't know what to expect of you guys seeing it. I don't know what kind of response we're going to get. I mean, the tickets don't go live yet. That's going to be even scarier, and I'm kind of glad we're home for that because I feel like I need to be like by the big computer just in case anything goes wrong. Not that we're even managing the technical sides of that. That is more the museum. So tonight is the night, all is going to be revealed, and I just hope I get a good response from you all. We've got like a big old group from the UK coming. If anybody wants to join that gang, then please do. But in the meantime, take a look at this sunset. Last night I got to announce the event finally. It's been so long trying to keep it quiet and to myself, so it was super exciting to announce it and share it all with you guys. It was incredible being able to do it here, and the sunset was just phenomenal. Being able to like launch it from a hot tub in Santorini was just a bit wild, really. Excitement and the enthusiasm that you guys have shown me has just been amazing. I mean, your support has always been so special, and everyone's messages of like kindness and encouragement have been wonderful. If you are thinking of coming, then drop me a message or drop a comment, because it'll be so exciting to see who's thinking of coming. So we have just got back from Santorini, and it was the perfect break. We've been so kind of hectic the last couple of months with sorting all of the stuff for the Corning announcement and kind of planning the designs and things like that for that, and kind of planning the event just kind of in general. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know Andrew was unwell and in hospital for a little while in July, so that kind of took up July and August, and then catching up on that is kind of taken August and September. So it has been really nice to have some time together to just relax, enjoy the sunshine, because we have had the worst possible summer this year ever.
I know Britain is like renowned for rubbish weather, but my goodness, it's just been dismal. Santorini is just a beautiful, beautiful place. I've never been before. Few kind of hot takes, I guess. I know this isn't a travel channel, but just to kind of cover all bases. And sorry to any Santorinians that may be listening. Excuse my basic knowledge, but how I understand it, Oia and Fira are the kind of main hubs of Santorini. Fira is like described as the beating heart of Santorini, and Oia is the more kind of like picturesque, boutique-y, smaller scale version. We stayed near Oia. Most of the hotels in Oia don't have the sunset view because of the way they're like positioned. So we stayed just outside Oia, so we got the sunset view, but then we could walk into Oia and down to Amudi Bay, which was beautiful. Oia was gorgeous, like really small, but really nice restaurants, really nice shops. Just, you know, pootle around, have a lazy lunch, a couple of cocktails. Drinks were expensive. Cocktails, coffees, anything expensive. Kind of like 19 euros for a cocktail. I'm like, we're used to London prices, but that was a bit wild. So that's one thing to be aware of. And we did a day to Fira. And Fira's gorgeous, don't get me wrong. But it's a more like holiday-y place. There's a lot more kind of like souvenir-y shops. It was a little bit more kind of scruffy around the edges. Not as beautiful as Oia. Not that much bigger, not that much more to do. We went like 4 hours before our dinner reservation. We'd kind of done it quite quickly. I think that's where all the ferries, or the cruise ships, sorry, tend to come in. So it can get really busy at certain times with those kind of trips coming in. The restaurants there have gorgeous sunset views, so I do think it's worth going to Fira for the sunset views, booking a restaurant around that time, so that you've got kind of like a guaranteed spot for the sunset, and then going in like a couple of hours before, have a walk around, get an ice cream. Out to Kayak ice cream, who we also had in Athens, so I guess it must be Greek. Fantastic. I should stop waffling about Santorini. It was gorgeous. I would recommend it. I would recommend you stay just outside of Oia, and do just a day trip into Fira. I think if we had stayed in Fira for the whole time, we were there for like 3 full days, I think I would have got a little bit bored. And if we'd day trip to Oia, I'd have been disappointed we hadn't stayed in Oia. Whilst we were in Santorini, we launched the announcement for the event. So that was really badly worded, but we popped up the information about the event that's going live, and we also launched the YouTube series that you guys are now watching. It was lovely doing it in Santorini because it was like a really nice place to celebrate. We could go out for dinner and have a glass of wine and just like really kind of soak it all in and not have like the general day-to-day life to kind of distract from it. But it felt very stressful not being at like a proper computer. Like we took the iPad and the laptop and stuff, but there's something about being at your desk, even if you're still working on a laptop, that just feels more serious. It's like how I could never book an airplane flight on my phone, but they say that's a millennial problem, don't they? So maybe that is my problem. Anyway, it all went live, all was fine. Our scheduled posts were like 3 minutes late, which was a little bit stressful, so we were like in the hot tub trying to like figure it out. But I mean, there's worse problems to have. So it's the end of the day. The kilns are full. It is pretty warm in here, but I am really enjoying the fact it has cooled down a bit. I know I always moan about our summers being rubbish, but the one benefit of autumn and winter is that the workshop becomes a really like comfortable temperature to work in. It'll be a little bit nippy in the morning, but with the kilns kicking out like 500 degrees each and then the torches at 1200 degrees, it gets quite cozy and nice in here. Essentially, I thought I would just chat to you a little bit about the event, shock horror. Right, Flower and Flame is the amphitheatre show, the exclusive collection that I'm designing, and then a display for that collection. I think kind of window displays, Macy's, places like that, that kind of size and scale display to then showcase the collection in the best way. So it needs to have a theme, because I just think florals in general is too vague, doesn't quite stretch it in the right ways, I think. So you may or may not have noticed on the graphics that have been released so far that there is a slight nod to the theme. I don't want to give away too much at this stage because there's still some things that aren't completely set in stone, and there's some bits that I want to kind of keep a little bit secret until nearer the time and kind of reveal with other factors at the same time. But essentially the focus is going to be on travel. I think with that way I can kind of focus on specific flowers and plants from specific places in the world. Me and Andrew have always loved to travel, and even kind of back in the day when he was on electrical apprentice wages and I was very much a starving artist, we always prioritised going away, so we would get the silly cheap flights around Europe at 2 a.m. in the morning and stay in the tiniest little Airbnb right on the edge of town so that we could get to go away essentially. And we'd just walk and walk and walk around these cities for ages. We'd take bits from like our food shop at home with us so that we could cook in the Airbnb, and we'd kind of keep it all as cheap as we could, just so we could explore different places. And it's, you know, all of our best memories have kind of come from trips like that. So I want to incorporate that a little bit. Probably know sustainability is a really important factor to me. So for every order that you place on the website, I partner with a company called Ecology who plant a tree for every order. And also I've done the Inspired by My Travels collection, which has many more instalments coming that I haven't quite got done yet. And we've done those with a contribution going to the World Lands Trust, which is a charity who is kind of fronted, or the ambassador of, is David Attenborough. And you know, if David Attenborough is involved in something, you know they're doing good. So the travel theme kind of allows me to lean into the sustainability side of it as well. I also love sustainability wise in terms of the glass flowers, is that like they're not fresh flowers being thrown away. There's like the water usage for fresh flowers is insane, and you know they last a couple of days and they're thrown away. So it's another kind of sustainability is another pro, I guess, of opting for glass flowers instead of fresh. But I could go down this rabbit hole for a long time, but I've got places to be. So we are heading off to our friend's house this evening for a barbecue. Barbecue is in theory a planning session to arrange like their accommodation and their travel and everything, but really it's just an excuse for a barbecue and a get together. So our friends Joe and Amy, they are the best hosts ever, and their barbecues are like pretty infamous. We have only met them very recently, and we know it's very hard to get an invite to their infamous barbecues. So whilst at a friend's wedding recently, Andrew challenged Joe to a game of, I think it's called cornhole, the one where you have like the wooden boards with the holes in, you throw the beanbag and they have to land in the holes. So they had a game of cornhole and Andrew won, which secured us an invite. I'm going to go. Any questions about the theme or anything, then drop them in the comments box below and I will answer those that I can. Some things will be being kept kind of secret for a little bit longer, so there might be certain things that I can't reveal just yet.
I surrender! Hi, I'm Jessie, and my 3 favourite things is eating apples, being chased, and stealing things that aren't mine.
Nothing I say is ever boring, is it? Your jumper's very mucky.
Yeah, it's filthy, isn't it? But I was in a tizzy this morning.
This morning when I opened my eyes a little bit to say goodbye, I realised you had that jumper on. I was like, the jumper's very dirty. But I was like, I can't tell you now it's dirty because you're in a stress and need to leave.
I didn't plan on wearing it, but I had to. Like,
This is fish. This is fish. This is a box.
this is a fish. This is a box.